Hello, hello, it's Maria. I'm a reporter here with WDW Magazine, here to take you on another magical escape. Today, I am coming to you from aboard the Magic Kingdom ferry. I'm headed over to the Magic Kingdom to try out the brand new Lightning Lane Plus system that replaced Genie Plus here at Walt Disney World. We're going for it with Magic Kingdom today, the most expensive park to purchase and the most popular as well for the Lightning Lane Plus system. On my ferry ride over, while I'm taking the ferry ride over to the Magic Kingdom, I'm going to explain the way Disney describes this brand new service so that when we get to the Magic Kingdom, we can put it to the test and see if it works as Disney described or differently. So without further ado, here is how Disney describes the new Lightning Lane Plus system.
Lightning Lane MultiPass is the new name for the Disney Genie Plus service. Lightning Lane MultiPass is replacing the Genie Plus service as we know it. It is a paid service that you can add to your Disney World or Disneyland theme park ticket to skip the line on select attractions. It is a single-day service that you can also purchase for multiple days of your trip. So Lightning Lane MultiPass gives you the option to book 3 attractions in advance. Lightning Lane Single Pass is for use on a single attraction. For example, you can buy a Lightning Lane Single Pass for the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train at Magic Kingdom. That will not be included in the price of the Lightning Lane MultiPass. Guests staying at Walt Disney World Resort hotels can start purchasing Lightning Lane MultiPass up to 7 days before their reservation begins. Guests with date-based tickets can start purchasing Lightning Lane MultiPass 3 days before their first ticket day begins, and annual pass holders can also purchase for up to 3 days in advance. Similar to the old FastPass Plus system, in each of the theme parks, the Lightning Lane MultiPass will be broken into Tier 1 and Tier 2 attractions. You can choose 1 attraction from Tier 1 and 2 from Tier 2 when setting up your day. You can also use Lightning Lane Plus to park hop if you have a park hopper ticket or if you are an annual pass holder. During peak season, prices can get up to around $30 per person per day. Once you use a Lightning Lane MultiPass reservation, you are then eligible to book another Lightning Lane MultiPass reservation, and that will be on a rolling basis. You are now able to modify the time. So if you make your first Lightning Lane Plus reservation and you want to change it to a different time, according to Disney, you are able to do that with this brand new system. So let's see how this works in real time.
All right, made it into Magic Kingdom. So I went on to purchase my Lightning Lane Plus today, 3 days in advance, like you are able to do as an annual pass holder, which I am. And when I went on as early as I could to make this Lightning Lane Plus purchase for today, the earliest time that it was giving me for my first Lightning Lane Plus was not until noon. So I am here in Magic Kingdom now, heading to my first Lightning Lane, and even though I went in and I tried to modify after I made my Lightning Lane Plus selections, the earliest time that was populating for me was noon. So I'm heading to Space Mountain. That's my first one at 12. As soon as I scan into that one, according to the way Disney describes this new Lightning Lane Plus, I should then be able to make another Lightning Lane Plus reservation for whatever attractions are remaining in availability today at Magic Kingdom. So let's test that when we get to Space Mountain. Space Mountain was one of the Tier 1 options for me to book here today at Magic Kingdom. It is currently at a 50-minute wait. And the 2 attractions that are not included in this Lightning Lane Plus system that you can purchase individual Lightning Lanes for are Tron and Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. But you can also, of course, utilize the standby line for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train or try to grab a virtual queue for Tron. Similar to how the Genie Plus service worked, some attractions utilize 2 touch points. Once you tap at that second touch point, then you can make your next Lightning Lane reservation. We are about to board here at Space Mountain, and it has been a total of 9 minutes waiting in the Lightning Lane. I'm off Space Mountain and I was able to secure my next Lightning Lane. I almost just said FastPass Plus, my next Lightning Lane Plus. Now there were some quote unquote more popular attractions available for later in the evening, but I decided to go with It's a Small World for my next one at 12:20 because I am going under the assumption that if I book a Lightning Lane Plus that's not too far in advance, hopefully then I'll be able to get another one that's not too far in advance and kind of keep my attractions stacked so that I always have a Lightning Lane to go to. All right, I'm in the Small World Lightning Lane. Now it is about 12:45, so I've got to keep an eye on the clock. Small World's a little bit of a longer attraction because at 1 p.m., the virtual queue for Tron Light Cycle Run is going to open. I got my Tiana's at 7 a.m. You can only choose to enter one of those virtual queues per window. 7 a.m. and 1 p.m. are the two windows. So I chose Tiana's at 7. I was lucky enough to grab it, and I'm hoping the same luck will run for Tron at 1 p.m. But it is a game of keeping an eye on the clock, making sure I'm not on an attraction or in a queue for an attraction, and making sure that I am available to be on my phone at 1 p.m. in order to try for that Tron virtual queue. They will go within that first minute. It's recommended that you stay off Disney Wi-Fi and try it that way. All right, I'm in line at Tiana's. I have come and scanned in for my virtual queue. Here is where timing and planning and knowledge and potential frustration can come into play here with these virtual queues. You're only allowed to hold one virtual queue at a time for Magic Kingdom. Because I had Tiana's and I did not scan into Tiana's before 1 p.m. when the Tron virtual queue opens today, I was not able to go on and try to get Tron at 1 p.m. I was in Small World still, and I didn't make it over here to Tiana's in time. So if you really want Tron, or if you really want Tiana's, that's the virtual queue you should try for at 7 a.m. because your boarding group might not be called back before 1. You might not be able to scan in before 1 if you're tied up at another attraction like I was at Small World. The Disney World universe worked in my favor today, though, because I made it to Tiana's. It was 1:06 p.m. By the time I scanned my band and got into the attraction, it's 1:07 p.m. Tron happened to still be accepting virtual queues at 1:07 p.m. That is not always the case. The cast member out front did let us know that at 1 p.m. for the Tiana's group, they went right at 1 o'clock. So if I wanted to try and get one for Tiana's at 1:07, that would not have happened for me, but I just lucked out. That will most likely not happen on most days. So if you are really, really wanting to do Tron, get it at 7 a.m. If you're really wanting to do Tiana's, either try to include it in your lightning lane or try to get it at 7 a.m. Try to prioritize, and timing really does come into play with this.
Tiana wasn't kidding, y'all. This Sonico man she found can play. Hallelujah.
All right, midday review of this Lightning Lane Plus system so far. I started the day with Space Mountain, then made one for It's a Small World, then used my virtual queue for Tiana's Bayou Adventure. I just grabbed a bite to eat from Pecos Bill's for lunch, and now it is time for my Little Mermaid Lightning Lane Plus. I have an hour window. Every single Lightning Lane Plus gives you an hour return time. So since it is the very beginning of that hour return time right now, I actually want to see the brand new Country Bear Jamboree that just opened up here at Magic Kingdom. So I'm going to do that. In between Lightning Lanes is obviously a fantastic time to hit some attractions that maybe are less popular, don't have as long a wait time, or something that you weren't able to secure a Lightning Lane for.
Everyone's in a picture of her, that's what it's all about. Brother, we need each other to raise us up and round us out. Everyone's a bit of a picture of her, but when push comes to shove, the only big
a dazzling place I never knew. But when I'm way up here, it's crystal clear. And now I'm in a whole new world with you.
Under the Sea Journey of the Little Mermaid is currently posted at a 30-minute wait. We are about to scan into the Lightning Lane. I'm in my clamshell. I started my timer to time the queue, and it didn't even make it to 40 seconds before I was walking up. So nice and quick here, quickest one so far.
Floating under the sea. Point to shine, gonna kiss the girl. Sha-la-la-la-la-la, in that side, they need to shake to body, gonna miss the girl.
I was able to secure the Jungle Cruise as my next Lightning Lane Plus pass. I was able to modify it. It auto-populated to 4 o'clock and I was able to modify it back to 3:30. So that is perfect timing for after this Little Mermaid one ends. And I'm walking back over to Adventureland and might have to stop along the way. In so many of our videos, I always say, every time I go to Magic Kingdom, I get a pineapple coconut Dole Whip swirl, proof that I am not lying every time. We have some inclement weather rolling through. Welcome to Central Florida. And because of the inclement weather, the Jungle Cruise is now down. So the Jungle Cruise is still down well into my Lightning Lane reservation time. But in case this happens to you and you have an outdoor attraction booked that gets closed down for weather, here's what I was just offered. Disney gives you a redemption pass. You can use it on any of the attractions that are listed. I'm going to use it for the Haunted Mansion because my Haunted Mansion Lightning Lane is my last one of the evening so far. So I'm figuring if I use it right now, I can go in and modify that one that I have for later and see if I can get something earlier or something different with that time. Either way, it's the last thing I have on my schedule for today. So I'm getting there right now, hopefully before the rain starts so I can ride the Haunted Mansion now. It's at a 40-minute wait right now. There's a huge line back there waiting to queue up. So I think we made the right call by coming into Haunted Mansion right now. Okay, best I was able to do under these circumstances, I decided to go with Dumbo at 4 o'clock. It is currently about 3:30 p.m. right now, and I'm queuing up for the Haunted Mansion. So my idea is if Dumbo's not reopened at 4 o'clock, hopefully I'll get another one of these redemption passes like I got for this one and be able to use it at another attraction. If Dumbo is reopened, we get to experience Dumbo at 4 o'clock. So let's see what happens. It took not even 4 minutes for us to get on the Haunted Mansion in Lightning Lane Plus. As you can see, it is raining. When I was in line for the Haunted Mansion, I decided to make my next Lightning Lane for Dumbo. It was only 20 minutes in advance of the time that I was waiting in the Haunted Mansion, and it was storming, so I thought maybe it will still be storming and I'll get another multiple experience pass. Dumbo is still closed. I got another multiple experience pass. So this is a little hack that might work for you too. I came to Pirates because my Pirates reservation is so much later this evening. So I decided to use this one on this now. And I'm gonna see if I can modify my Pirates reservation to go on another attraction. Or if you wanna head out early, if you wanna get all of your things done earlier, this might be a really great hack for you too. Honestly, we walked right up to the merge point here in Pirates of the Caribbean, maybe a 2-minute walk from the entrance of the Lightning Lane Plus to where we merged with the rest of the guests.
Take them all off again, Mickey.
The sun is back out, the outdoor attractions have reopened. Now I decided to queue up for the People Mover while I wait for my Tron boarding group to be called.
Now approaching Tomorrowland Speedway and Tron Light Cycle Run.
Let's recap the day. As you know, and I said earlier in the video, the earliest time I was able to get for my first Lightning Lane selection of the day was noon, and that is when I arrived at Magic Kingdom Park. It is 5 minutes to 5 p.m. right now, 4:55 p.m. And in those not even 5 hours, I was able to accomplish Space Mountain, It's a Small World, Tiana's Bayou Adventure virtual queue that I grabbed at 7 a.m. this morning. I grabbed lunch at Pecos Bill. I saw the Country Bear Jamboree. I also got a Lightning Lane for the Little Mermaid. I grabbed a Dole Whip over in Adventureland, and then the rain came, which threw a bit of a wrench in my plan, but I was able to use that redemption Lightning Lane pass because the Jungle Cruise was closed for Pirates. I then booked another one for Dumbo and was able to use it on the Haunted Mansion. So that is everything I've accomplished. Then I rode the People Mover, and now I'm about to ride Tron in not even 5 hours time. That is an incredible amount of attractions here at Walt Disney World's busiest park, the Magic Kingdom. And it's not like I only did attractions that are not as popular. Space Mountain, Tiana's Bayou Adventure, Pirates, Haunted Mansion, those are really big ticket attractions that I was able to accomplish here and get Lightning Lane Plus for them. The rain did help me a bit today with that, but that's a really great hack to keep in mind because it does rain an awful lot down here in Central Florida, and unfortunately the chances of it raining during a week-long stay, if that's something that you're planning to do, is pretty likely. So keep that rain hack in mind of booking an outdoor attraction and then being able to use a redemption pass on another. If I have to say pros and cons about this Lightning Lane Plus system, I will start with the cons. I did feel as though I was in my phone just as much as I had to be when it was the Genie Plus system. I could have just made 3 reservations and stuck with those original 3 and not touched my phone for the rest of the day, but I wanted to maximize it. I wanted to use as much of the system and see how many Lightning Lanes I could get over the course of the day, in this case, just 5 hours. That was one of the cons for me. Another one of the cons, what my husband pointed out, we were kind of running back and forth. You don't just enter Magic Kingdom and do Tomorrowland, then move on, do Fantasyland. It kind of did have us running back and forth. For me, that's okay, but that could be a con for some groups. And the big pros for me, I accomplished honestly a lot more than I thought I was going to accomplish here today at Magic Kingdom. So if you want to maximize your time, if you want to ride as many attractions as you possibly can, should you buy this new Lightning Lane Plus system? I tested it out in the middle of the summer during peak season. Yes, I think you should definitely purchase it. I was able to ride so many different attractions today. Still had time for lunch, still had time for a Dole Whip, and it's not even 5 o'clock. Fireworks are coming up later tonight. I still have my Tron virtual queue, and there is still so much more that I could do, even continue to book Lightning Lanes if I wanted to. So is it worth the money today that I paid? I think that it is, yes. And if you're someone especially who wants to ride as many attractions, really, we didn't wait. The longest we waited was 10 minutes after we were in a Lightning Lane, and that's not long at all. So if you really want to ride as many possible attractions as you can, it is absolutely worth it, yes. My group has been called. It is time for me to board my light cycle. So that is going to do it for me here today at the Magic Kingdom. If you plan to use the Lightning Lane Plus system when you visit, please leave a comment. Let us know. Let us know if you're looking forward to trying it out and what you most hope to snag with those Lightning Lane Plus reservations. A reminder, this and all of our videos are brought to you by WDW Magazine. Link is in the description to subscribe. Thank you so much for following along here today. Again, my name is Maria, and I will see you in the next Magical Escape.
Are you even a true Disney fan if you don't have a WDW Magazine subscription? Don't just fly. Soar over to our website and subscribe to our award-winning Disney magazine.